You do not need to look like a golf professional to belong on the golf course. Remember that. Mistake number 3, using the wrong equipment. A lot of beginners assume they need expensive clubs to play golf. Listen, that's not true. You do not need $5,000 worth of clubs to start enjoying the game. It is just not true. In fact, sometimes having too many clubs in your bag, it becomes a distraction. Golf has a clear set of fundamentals. And if you have enough clubs in your bags to learn the fundamentals, you will learn the fundamentals. And as you add additional clubs or realize as you're playing that you have gaps in what you have already, you'll actually enjoy and you'll play the game better as well. I recommend for starters a putter, a wedge, a 7-iron, a hybrid or fairway wood, and a driver. That's it. And as you begin to learn the fundamentals with those clubs, you'll see what the distances are, and it'll become very clear what additions you need to make to your bag. Another common issue is using clubs that are too heavy, too stiff, or not fitted for your height. So even a basic beginner fitting can really make a difference in how you perform. Do you need to go out and get the $300 fitting? No, do you, just like you don't need a brand new uh even a full set of clubs, right? But there are some key things that you want to make sure are fitted for you for that club. That is the length and weight of the shaft. That is critical, as well as the grip size on your grips, and then your lie angle. So when you go to a store or anywhere and you purchase a set of clubs, those are the fundamental things that they're going to make sure fits you anyway. But if you're buying it, on one of the marketplaces or things of that sort, those are the key things that you want to make sure you get checked out after you get those clubs. Well, really before you get them. But that is the length and weight of the shaft, the grip size, and you want to make sure that the lie angle is accurate. And that is just making sure that when you're holding the club and the club is on the ground, the bottom of the club is sitting flat. The it's not tilted up or tilted down based on your comfortable stance. Can get a lot more technical than that, but it's those types of things where I always say go see a golf professional because they can help you with that. The fourth thing is practicing without purpose. Here's a mistake almost everyone makes at first. Man, you get out to that driving range and you start hitting balls. First of all, you're going to start with the driver and you're trying to hit it as long as you can. And if you don't hit it well, you get frustrated and you spend hours banging balls. Drop, hit, drop, hit, drop, hit. Purposeful practice, even if it's at a shorter amount of time, is better than hours just banging balls. And when I talk about purposeful practice, when you're out, you want to decide, listen, what skill am I working on today or at this point in time? Am I focusing on contact? You should be, because that's the whole point of the game. Short game. What it is that I'm doing. Am I trying to get up and down? Are you choosing a target regardless of where it is? Focus on trying to align and get the ball as close to the hole as you can. Or are you working on just alignment with a particular club? If it's putting, are you working on the speed of your putting? Are you working on lag? Are you working on short putts? Lots of different things you can practice. And this is critical because when you're not practicing, I'm going to say with a quality mind or a quality thought process, you can easily reinforce bad habits. And that's sometimes even worse. Practice is designed to get better, and you want to be focusing on that. Again, 30 minutes can be way more valuable. You taking 30 minutes of put my ball down, step back behind it, fully executing your pre-shot routine, focusing on alignment, always choosing a target. You'll be surprised how many people are hitting balls at the range and they have never identified a target. They're hitting balls, and my first question is always, where are you going? What are you aiming for? And the answer is, oh, I'm just hitting it out there. Huh, okay. Well, 30 minutes of focus practice is way better than 2 hours of I'm just hitting it out there. It makes a difference. So you want to make sure that you are intentional about your practice when you're at the range. A couple of examples, you can go out and decide, hey, I'm going to do 10 minutes of putting. And for that 10 minutes of putting, I'm going to focus on trying to read the green to see how I'm doing with that. Hitting it, identifying whether it's 5 feet, 10 feet, to figure out if you are literally accurately reading the green. You can also do lag putting. Lag putting are the longer putts. And with lag putting, if you're out putting, you can identify like a 1 foot, 2 foot, more like a 3 foot circle. And you're trying to make longer putts. Of course, the objective is always to put the ball in the hole on the first one. But lag putting is making sure that you get it close to where it stays within about a 3 foot radius. And then ultimately, because you feel like you'll hit the 3 foot putt. So, but intentional about what you're doing, not just I'm putting, chipping, picking targets, identifying landing zones, understanding based on the club that you're using what the rollout distance will be. If it's a sand wedge or pitching wedge or 9 or 8 or 7, people chip with all of those. What are the rollout numbers? Because again, you are being intentional with practice, identifying targets, going through your pre-shot routine, lining it up, and identifying what the results are. And then maybe you say, okay, I'm going to do 20 minutes of full swing practice. What are you focusing on? Picking a target because that's your alignment. You can create a fairway. Say, okay, my fairway, my invisible fairway is going to be from this flag, this yellow flag over here to the white flag on this side. And are you making your ball landing in the fairway? Right? If it's an iron, um, you can create an imaginary green. Okay, my green, the flag is going to be this white flag, and then I'm going to approximate this circle as the green, and then you begin to hit approach shots into that. Again, lots of options, but the key is that you have purposeful practice, and you're not just out there banging balls. And another thing that can become very helpful too, especially as you advance your skill set, is doing an imaginary hole, playing an imaginary hole at the course. So if you're standing on the lesson tee or the hitting tee, and you have a 350-yard par four, hit your driver, and then you see the distance that goes. So say your driver went 230, right? Well, 230, that means you have 120 left. So your next shot, you'll execute with the full pre-shot routine and alignment. And now you're choosing the club that you think is going to get you about 120 yards. And then you see how that goes. If you make that target, you'll see if, okay, all right, this club only went 100 yards, or I hit it 150 yards. It's over, under. It gives you an opportunity to actually play holes to see you're using clubs in your bag that you'll simulate on the golf course. Because typically, hopefully, other than the putter, you're not using the same club back to back, right? Because if you're hitting the driver, hopefully it lands in the fairway. So you're not hitting that club again. And if you're hitting an approach shot or an iron or a hybrid in the fairway, hopefully it goes far enough that you're not hitting it again, right? So being able to simulate on course play by using different clubs, using imaginary golf holes, and you can even take a scorecard from a local course and play the imaginary holes based on the distances that way. But either way, it is giving you real golf play simulation, and you're not just banging balls on the range. Remember, practice should prepare you for the golf course. It shouldn't just tire you out. You're not there just to get tired. Okay. The fifth mistake that beginners make is ignoring golf etiquette and pace of play. It's when people don't talk about enough to each other. But you can best believe if you're playing slow, they're talking about you. Whether it's they're telling you you're playing too slow, they're telling the person in the cart that you're playing too slow, or you don't get invited back to play again because you're playing too slow. So you want to be aware of your pace of play. Many beginners are more afraid of embarrassing themselves socially than actually playing badly. Is that good news? Yes and no. Most golfers are understanding if you're learning and that you're being respectful. So even if you don't have a 200-yard drive, if you understand the etiquette and the pace of play, you're going to assimilate just fine and you'll be okay. And other golfers will be okay playing with you because you're still moving along with the pace of the game and you're still making it enjoyable for others around you. A few basics in terms of etiquettes that is going to go a really long way for you on the golf course. Be ready when it's your turn. The person farthest away from the hole goes first. If you know that that's you, be ready. When you hit, instead of talking and telling a story, as you're going along to your ball, look at what's going on. Survey the land. Is it going uphill? I may need a little extra club. Is it going downhill? I might need to take some off of it. And you can approximate the yardage. Typically, the white pole in the middle of the fairway signifies that you're 150 yards from the middle of the green. Well, if you know your ball is near or a little above, a little in front of the white marker, then you can gauge where your distance is. And then you're beginning that thought process. You're in tune, you're making some decisions, and then when you get to your ball, you're almost ready to go. Whether you look down at your GPS and confirm the distance, you use your rangefinder, whatever it is, and then you pick the club. So that process of managing your time on the course and staying in tune with the game, it is very, very, very critical so that you are ready when it's your turn. Don't stand directly behind someone hitting, and that includes putting. You should never stand directly behind someone. Yep, I've been playing with people and they're like, okay, let me stand right behind you because I want to see where your ball goes. Don't do that. uh, you don't want to do that. Now, you should be watching for people's balls. However, there's an imaginary line from the ball all the way through infinity, through the flag to infinity, as well as all the way back. So you never want to stand directly behind anyone. And remember that goes for putting as well. Learn how to correctly repair ball marks and fill divots. Many people, many people repair ball marks incorrectly. And that does more harm than good. So you want to make sure you learn how to do that. You're pushing your divot tool inward instead of flicking it up. Inward instead of flicking up. So be sure to learn how to do that accurately. And then filling divots, that is when so a divot is when you hit the ball and you take up part of the grass or the earth. Either find the spot that the piece of grass that came up and put it back in that spot. And if there are unfilled areas, fill it in with divot mix or sand, which is typically found in these white jugs on the side of your golf cart. If you cannot find the grass that came out of that you hit up, or if it kind of spread apart, just fill it in with the divot mix in out of the jug, but make sure you cover the edges as well too. This is going to protect the roots and the grass will grow back faster. Okay. The other thing as it pertains to the things that you really want to know about from an etiquette standpoint is keeping up with pace of play. Pace of play is about the group in front of you. I always say there can be an army behind you. Pace of play is about the group in front of you. You want to always see them. If you're on a par four, if you get to the tee box on a par four and you don't see the group in the front of you, you got to pick it up. Okay. If it's a par five, typically you're about to hit your second shot ish, depending on how long the person in the group with you hit when the other people are finishing up on the tee box. But again, it is about the group in front of you. So if you're playing golf and you say to yourself, because y'all know y'all do it, oh yeah, there's nobody behind us, so we're good. Doesn't matter. It's not about who's behind you. It's about who's in front of you. So you want to be aware of that. And then the last thing, and I cannot stress this enough at all, maintain a positive attitude. You're going to hit bad shots. Yep. You're going to lose balls, more than likely. But it's a ball. It's one stroke. How are you going to prepare after that? What does that strategy look like for you going forward? One shot is never the end of the world or the end of your game, but it's how you prepare and you handle that doesn't make it the end of your game. Sometimes you're playing well and you hit a bad shot, and then every shot after that, because you're still thinking about that bad shot, creates additional bad shots. Or you can say, that wasn't good. Oh, but that's okay because now I'm moving on. You got to leave it behind you. Okay. So the thing that you want to know is that you do not need to play perfect golf to enjoy playing golf. Okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. And people remember your attitude far longer than your score. So have fun out there. Have a positive attitude. Be be someone that people want to be around when playing golf or just in general. Okay? So there you have it. Those are the 5 things that I really, really, really feel that beginners or beginner golfers make from a mistake perspective. But I want you to really just keep that in mind, right? One, swinging too hard. Mistake number one, swinging too hard. Mistake number two, comparing yourself to experienced golfers. It doesn't work that way. Number three, using the wrong equipment. You want to make sure that you at least have the right length and weight of the shaft, the right grip size, as well as the right lie angle. And mistake four, practicing without a purpose. You should be intentional about every ball that you hit while you're practicing. And mistake number five, ignoring golf etiquette and pace of play. Just remembering you do not need to play perfect golf to be enjoyable to play with or to have an enjoyable round of golf. All right. So, in closing, if you're new to golf, I want you to remember this: golf is not a game you master overnight, it is a journey. Every golfer has frustrating rounds. Every golfer has moments where they feel uncomfortable or unsure. But the players who improve are the ones who stay patient, stay teachable, and keep showing up. Don't let beginner mistakes convince you that you don't belong in the game, because you absolutely do. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the A Perfect Swing podcast. If this conversation helped you, share it with another beginner golfer who may need that encouragement. Please be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and follow along for more conversations that make golf feel accessible and empowering for everyone. Until next time, I'm Ashante Epps. Keep swinging, keep learning, and keep showing up for yourself on and off the course. Thank you.